Hello there, lovely people of YouTube. I am Fuko, and I don't know why, but my model is always having the panic look, even though I don't do anything to trigger this. But, so this video is about card games and sculpting, which is a big topic right now, like on social media. I think like most of you have probably seen all these videos of people uh, being like in fights and stuff in Walmarts and Targets for like the prismatic evolution displays or whatever the name is of that thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am biting my ass for not getting any of those. Not to sell them, of course. I wanted to have the cards in the pack myself. So I'm gonna explain to you real quick how scalping works for the people that live behind the moon, right? So imagine you're a guy and then you see in the internet people go crazy for something. Like really, really crazy. And then you go to the internet and buy like everything you find until the stock is like completely bought out. And nobody else can get it. So you're the only one who has all the stuff. And all the people that really want it become desperate because nobody else has it anymore in stock, except of you. And then you put it into your store, basically, and sell it for a huge markup in price. Sometimes double the price, sometimes triple the price, and sometimes 10 times the price. And there's always some idiot that will pay this price because people develop something that is called fear of missing out. They see a booster pack with very, very valuable cards inside of them, and they are really hopeful that they actually draw this card, even though the chances are like 1,000 to 1 or something like this, and they are spending these huge amounts of money. And in the end, the scalpers win. And the more people actually make money off of scalping, the more people do it the same. So you have a huge amount of scalpers that buy out all the booster packs that people want with really, really nice cards and artworks that people want, and nobody of the real people that want to play or collect the cards actually get them in the end. These people need to buy them for huge markup prices on like eBay or card market, etc. So scalping is really highly damaging to a franchise, and everybody who does it can suck my dick. So yeah, I don't like scalpers. I think nobody likes scalpers. So and if you like buy two boxes, like two card boxes, and you open one of them, and the second one is like a present for your little bro or somebody else, then you're not a scalper. And if you like buy two things of merchandise from like a shop overseas and you know that you're getting fucked on customs or like delivery, because usually, Jesus Christ, that's an entire video that I could make. Like UPS wants almost 50 bucks now to ship from America to Europe. That's fucking insane. But anyways, so if you buy two of like really high in demand merch, and one is like for your collection, and the other one is like to get the customs back to sell like the second one for a little higher price. That's not scalping as well. If we talk about scalping, it's like in a big circumstance, right? There are entire companies that focus on scalping new Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs from the market. They have like entire warehouses full of this stuff. It is insane. It's like so gross. I hope that these warehouses like burn down all the time when this happens. Like the newest example is the prismatic evolutions, right? And as much as everybody of us hates scalpers, we have to also take responsibility ourselves. Because we are the ones that actually buy the booster packs no matter what, right? Everybody has like this feeling deep inside of them. Fear of missing out, FOMO. It's a widely spread phenomenon since the internet started really getting like big, you know, like in the early 2000s. And it is a big factor that plays like into these things when people buy these booster packs and stuff, because all of us want the big, like the big holographic stuff, like the really big, extremely valuable cards. Like me, for once, I am a dragon collector, and I also like to collect EV full artworks. And guess what? Most dragon cards and EV cards are usually the most expensive cards in every Pokemon pack. I'm so lucky, aren't I? So I need to either buy the cards expensive from Card Market, or I pull them in a booster, like in a booster pack, which I hopefully get before launch. Otherwise, I have to buy like for like a huge markup in price. And by the way, I never buy like booster boxes for like $100 or something. That's already too much for me. Like, I pre-order booster packs usually like so early that even the scalpers are not as early as I am. Like right when they are announced and the first sellers on eBay, not eBay, never buy on eBay. Like the first sellers on Card Market actually release their offers, their pre-order offers, I immediately get like 1 or 2 like booster boxes for like 60-70 bucks. That's like the normal price. If you're waiting for like till like 1 week before release, you're already at like prices of like 130. And it's really dependent on how valuable the cards actually are that are inside the packs, right? This brings me actually to another point that I wanted to talk about, which, you see, I grew up with Pokemon cards. When I was in like elementary school or like ground school, in Germany we say Grundschule, which is like the German word for ground school, which is the first till 4th grade. And the stuff was basically like a black market. Like everything you wanted was paid in Pokemon cards, and everybody collected them. Everybody exchanged them for cards that they really wanted. It was really like a children black market, as dark as that sounds. But Nintendo, as as lovingly and family friendly as they are, of course support this like lottery black market behavior. They always did. But the difference between the 2000s and nowadays is that back in my days, when the first few Pokemon booster packs came out, the most expensive cards in these packs were like 80 or 90 bucks, you know? You didn't really see cards that were higher than 80 or 90. And the pull rates were not that garbage as well. So it was still like decent. Usually you knew a few people that had the best cards. Usually it was like the more like well-off families, because $4 for one booster pack, even back then, that was a lot of change, right? Nobody has that much as a 4th grader just laying around if your family is not really well off. But anyways, so you at least knew like 1 or 2 people that had like the best card of each booster pack, because the booster packs actually had a decent pull rate, and because the pull rate was decent, you had more of the valuable cards flowing around. So these valuable cards were not as rare. Going to the year 2025. And we have pull rates that are so horrendous and cards inside that are so rare that you have booster packs with cards that are 1,000 $400 worth of collector's value. This is a children's card game, okay? Pokemon is a children's card game. And it has cards inside that 10-year-old children can pull that are worth almost as much as a monthly salary of like a garbage worker. Imagine this and tell me that this is not children gambling. And Nintendo is really putting like everything they have into making these cards even more valuable and more valuable. If you ask me, Pokemon the trading card game shouldn't be for kids anymore. Every booster pack should have 18 plus on their like on their cover, because this shit is obscene. Back in my days, we had cards that went to, of course we had cards that went into the thousands. Yeah, sure. But these cards were usually like tournament cards. And only a handful of these were printed, you know? You didn't have these like on the hundreds. You didn't see Billy from like 3rd grade right next to you have one of these, like just flailing around, you know? But nowadays it's completely normal to have a booster pack with an Umbreon that is worth $1,400. And Nintendo supports this bullshit. So, as long as Nintendo pulls back, like artificially lowers the pull rates of these like extremely valuable cards, there will always be sculptors, because they will exploit these very rare pull rates to increase the prices of the booster packs that they are selling online. If we had decent pull rates, like let's say you have like a really nice card that everybody wants to have. It's very pretty, and the small children that buy these booster packs, if there are still children that can even afford these booster packs, I don't know, to be honest. Might as well be an adult trading card game, right? Because who the fuck can still like afford these as a 12-year-old? But as long as the pull rates are so garbage, they can ask for such a high price for the booster packs. Because if you pull one of these very valuable cards, you are immediately $1,000 richer. Because people are actually paying. That's another thing. People are actually paying $1,400 for these cards. They go. It's not like one of these things where you see like a thing for $1,000 on eBay and the seller says like, yeah, this is a good price. It is worth that much money. It is gone in like 1 week. And you check in on the seller and it's 4 months later and it's still there. No, these cards actually sell, okay? So there are a lot of problems on every stage of production. It starts with Nintendo artificially reducing the pull rates of the valuable cards. If the valuable cards wouldn't be that rare, and you would get like 4 secret rares or 5 secret rares every like booster box, then the sculptors couldn't ask for high prices, because the cards would never reach these valuable prices as well. And the cards would actually stay what they are and what they are supposed to be. Children's collector's cards. They are not supposed, were originally not designed to be collected and graded by grown adults and then put into like a cupboard and never see the light of day again. These cards were like made to be played with by children and adults. Don't want to act like only children are supposed to play with these cards. Like, I am collecting Pokemon cards and I love Pokemon cards. They have extremely creative artworks on them. There's so much creative stuff on these cards. There are beautiful cards out there that I love to collect. But the prices on some of these cards are just horrendous. Like, I want this Umbreon card, but not for $1,400. That is not what a children's card game is supposed to spawn. Let's say $50 for a card. That would be a good high value card in my opinion. But anything higher than this starts to go into a section that is no longer for children, in my opinion. It becomes a lottery, which is what it is nowadays. It is no longer a children's card game. And I don't know many people that actually play Pokemon. I never played Pokemon to begin with. I never liked the trading card game of Pokemon, to be completely honest. I just liked the pretty Pokemon on the covers. I was more a fan of like old school Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the trading card game, before they came up with all these new additions like Synchro Summon and Pendulum Summon and XYZ Summon and stuff like this. Nowadays, I tried to play Yu-Gi-Oh a while back, and there was like I went to a local game shop. There's still like physical game shops with like where you can buy games and sit yourself down on like tables and play card games. And me and my friends, that was actually like 5 years ago, I believe. We went to one of these card game places where you could play, and there was like a 14-year-old boy, and he wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh against me. And I was like, sure, I can play against you. And he whooped my fucking ass. Like these children nowadays that play Yu-Gi-Oh, bro, I have no idea what's going on. This game is so goddamn complicated nowadays. How the fuck do you play this? He did like, I had to, the time I needed to actually read his cards, because I never seen them before, was the same time in which he did 10 moves and 10 card activations. And I was like, what the fuck did you just do? And I was like done in like 5 matches. It was like, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is going on? I loved Yu-Gi-Oh in the old times, in the very old times, where it was like OP to have like trap cards in your game. I stopped playing, I think, when Horus, when the Horus cards came out, like Horus the Black Flare Dragon. Yeah, that one was cool. I always love to collect cards more than to actually play. Like, I had a really big hologram collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards back in my days. And then I sold everything to get my first Wii console. And then that brought me to actually become, like, fascinated with gaming. So yeah, that was a lot of information at once, and I jumped a lot all over the place. But I hope you guys liked that topic anyways. So yeah, a lot of scalping, a lot of like card games, and how we got where we are nowadays. I hope you liked this video, and of course all of these things that I talked about were just my personal experience and my personal view on the topic. Scalping is horrendous, pull rates are horrendous, and no children's card game should have cards in them that are worth $1,400 on release. Maybe after like 10 years, when you have like first edition cards that are still like fresh from the booster pack, then the card can be worth like $1,000. Sure, it has like collector's worth, right? But the card just came out. It shouldn't be $1,400 on release. A card in a children's card game shouldn't be this rare and valuable. Okay? So everybody's to blame here. The scalpers, Nintendo themselves, and the people that actually buy from the scalpers. Because if there wasn't a market, if people wouldn't actually buy from them, then nobody would do it. Oh. Yeah, I'm speaking kind of obvious facts here, right? So anyways, I'm gonna stop the video here. I hope you liked this episode of Fuko Yaps. I want to do more of these, also with a bit more serious topics on the matter, because I want to be more of a variety channel and not just do like ARC videos and something like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you have a nice day. See you later, guys. I'm Fuko, goodbye.